Today we're talking about the fuel for your body, the foods. So just like an aeroplane, it's not going to go very far on petrol. So we want to make sure you're putting in the right fuels that are going to give you the energy and the lift off that you need. So please take some notes along the way. We will be debunking some of the myths around what foods you should and shouldn't eat. We'll be talking about how much of the foods you should be eating and talking about how to reduce cravings and unhealthy patterns. Nearly 40 years ago, the low-fat craze came in where we had to count calories and talked about the fats that we were using. And the fats completely changed from being mainly using animal fats, which was saturated fats, to unsaturated fats, so the canola oil and the vegetable oil. But guess what? We continued to get more and more obese. Australia overtook America as the most obese nation in the world some time ago. And what has been linked to obesity is sugar consumption, with Australians on average consuming 40 kilograms of sugar every year. Sugar consumption has been linked to heart disease. So it's not about fats, it's about sugar. So the good news is we don't have to worry about counting calories. And a lot of the information that we were told years ago about having a low-fat diet of low-fat dairy products has been thrown out the window because we can't actually break down low-fat dairy as well as we can full-fat, and even full-fat can be hard enough. We need fats and oils in our diet. We need these for our skin, our hair, and just for our body to work correctly. Fats actually fill us up, and the reason that a lot of diets didn't work so well is because people were starving and they weren't getting the fats in their diet that actually helps you to feel full. For this program, we want to make it easy, and we also want to make it enjoyable. So it's not about depriving you of stuff, but it's making you more aware. There's lots of hidden sugars in things like sauces and breakfast cereals, and the amount of sugar is just ridiculous. You're supposed to be aiming to have a maximum of between 5 to 9 teaspoons of sugar per day. And those sugars are also included in things like milk has lactose, which is sugar, and also whole grain foods or refined foods, that converts to sugar, which of course converts to fat. So it's really about trying to be more aware of what sugar you are having every day. With this program, we want to make it enjoyable. So what I'd suggest to you is to get all the vitamins and minerals that you need on your plate with lots of colourful food in the way of fruits and vegetables. We're attracted to food visually first, so make it visually appealing for yourself. To make it easy, we've got above and below the line foods. So above the line foods are your fruits and vegetables. It's your proteins, your whole grain foods, your green juices and green teas, legumes, and small amounts of nuts. Below the line foods are the things that you should be having minimally, maybe a few times a month potentially. They are your, sugary foods, your refined foods like your white rice and pasta, and your fried foods. Also limit the amount of alcohol and coffee. You might choose to only have alcohol on a couple of nights a week as an example, and limit it to maybe 2. The acceptable liquids are water, usually having 3 litres of water a day. We have 60% of our body is water, so we need a lot of water to hydrate us and to flush out our system. Green juices are great, and also green tea. That's also good for our metabolism and also has lots of antioxidants. Now for fruit juices, that's there, but it's only freshly squeezed, and that would be in replacement of your fruit. But you should really only have those from every now and again. So let's go through the recommended serving sizes. For vegetables, for your cooked vegetables, your green and orange vegetables like your pumpkins, carrots, broccolis, peas, beans, corn, that is half a cup of cooked. And for your salad vegetables, that's 1 cup. So you should be having 5 servings of that per day. For your starchy vegetables, such as your potato and your sweet potato, you can have up to 2 servings per day as part of your 5 for vegetables. But in a serving, it's a half a medium-sized potato or sweet potato. For fruit, it's a maximum 2 servings per day because this is sugar. Sugar converts to fat. So yes, you need the vitamins and minerals, but we just want to make sure that you're not overdoing it on the sweet stuff. So 1 medium fruit such as an apple, a banana, an orange, or 2 small type fruits such as plums, apricots. Now you can have 2 of those servings per day. For protein, aim to have protein with each of your meals. So 3 main meals, you should have protein. Protein burns fat. So for your portion sizes for meat, your palm is a good indicator, your palm of your hand. Now for fish, you'll have a little bit more than you would red meat as an example. For eggs, 2 eggs is 1 portion size, and for milk, 1 cup. Other proteins such as nut seeds and legumes, your legumes is 1 cup, and for your seeds 30 grams, and your nuts are also 30 grams. That also includes your nut butters such as peanut butter. Your whole grain foods, you can have between 3 to 6 servings of that per day, and that depends on your age. So as you get older, you'll have less servings. And in a serving is half a cup of cooked grains. So that could be things like porridge, it could be rice, brown rice, quinoa, or a slice of whole grain bread. The oils that I would recommend are coconut oil to cook with because it has a high temperature that it can cook with without becoming toxic, or it doesn't become toxic. It's also great, it speeds up your metabolism as well. And olive oil is fantastic for your salads, for your salad dressings. To manage your food cravings more effectively, what I would suggest is to break the pattern. So when you do think about having a particular food that is below the line that you are really craving, is to tell yourself something instead of having that food. So as an example, it might be no, 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 no. It could be that you make a deal with yourself that if you have any of those foods, then you need to do, 30 minutes of physical activity or whatever it is. As an example, you think of something that's really revolting. So if, as an example, you love chocolate, you might instead think about, the same color and consistency of, a dog poo. Maybe that is like chocolate. And if you were to think of that and eating that, that would be really revolting. And if you like potato chips, you might be able to think of something like, dried cockroaches. And if you were eating dried cockroaches, like how revolting would that be? So just getting your mind into thinking about something that you don't like instead of what you do like can break that pattern for you. Now, how long it lasts is entirely up to you. These patterns can last years of putting you off particular foods, or it can last 2 minutes. One of the best ways to get your cravings under control is to detox. Now, I'm not talking about a radical detox where you're just drinking water or something. But it might be something you want to work up to, perhaps after, say, a month of eating really healthy with hardly any sort of high sugar foods, is to take out all foods that have sugar. So your breads just for a few days, your fruit, and perhaps even your dairy and meat, and just have fresh fruit and vegetables, and just allow your body to recalibrate back to a normal pattern for a little while. Now, great advice that I got from reading a book called Busting the Fat Myth by Julie Van Ebbs is that when you are looking to get to a point of going towards your goal weight, when you first start out to do a proper detox, is to, this might sound a little bit shocking, take a worm tablet. And that's to actually get rid of all the bad bacteria that gets in your gut as a result of all the high acid foods that we're eating, lots of sugar and meats and that type of thing. And that way, by removing all those bad bacteria out of your gut, you can then allow the good bacteria to come in that will continue to grow and be there whilst you're eating healthy. And to ensure that you don't snack lots, a great way to get that under control is to ensure wherever possible that you have a really big break between dinner and breakfast. So they recommend wherever possible to have about 14 hours or perhaps up to 16 hours. So if you had your dinner at 7 o'clock at night, then you could have your breakfast at 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, no, that's not going to be possible for everybody or all the time. But the idea of having that big break is that when you have your meals, you have your lunch and then you have your dinner, that you have between 4 to 5 hours maximum gap between each meal. And if you have your proper portion sizes and having good amount of protein with fats, then you won't get hungry. To ensure that you are eating consciously, I would suggest that you monitor your hunger level and ensure that you are eating when you are moderately hungry. So not just a little bit hungry or a lot hungry, because if you're a lot hungry, you'll make bad choices potentially. So that you're moderately hungry. And really take the time to enjoy your food. Be present with it. So instead of sitting in front of your computer or your TV, really take the opportunity to sit down somewhere quietly, potentially, or with a group of people, and really enjoy every bite of your food. You know, think about how much you are actually chewing your food. You may not be chewing it anywhere near enough as you should. Really enjoy it. I would recommend planning your meals as much as possible. So planning your shopping list, and at least for maybe 5 days of the week, planning out what you're going to eat. This will help to ensure that you stay on a healthy track. So please note down some things that you're going to commit to at least trying, and let us know what's been your greatest learning today. I look forward to hearing from you soon.